This model is showing us a representation of the different types of formed elements within the blood. All of these formed elements, or all of these different structures that are sticking out of the flat board, they are all embedded within a fluid called plasma. So this yellowish green substance around here, this is called the plasma. Suspended within the plasma are cells. The first cells are labeled as number 1. These are called erythrocytes, or red blood cells, these red biconcave discs, which are found throughout the entire model. Now, the other cells here, these are nucleated cells, right? And the nuclei look a little bit different, and that's going to help us to determine which nucleus or which cell is which. These are collectively called the white blood cells, or the leukocytes. Leuko, white, cyte for cell. Now, there are two different main classes of leukocytes. We have the granulocytes, which have obvious granules within their cytoplasm. That is, these dark staining little pockets of things within the cytoplasm. There are also agranulocytes, A meaning without granules within the cytoplasm. So here we see that there are no little dots. Okay. There are 5 different types of white blood cells, which are shown in this model. First type is number 2 that we can see here. Number 2 is a lymphocyte, right? Big round nucleus filling most of the cytoplasm. There's a lot of variability within lymphocytes. So this is also a lymphocyte, and this here is a lymphocyte. Everything with the number 2 is a lymphocyte. Okay. Next, we have number 3. All right, this is number 3. This is called a monocyte. Okay, monocyte here and monocyte here. Monocytes are generally easily distinguished by the fact that they are larger than the other white blood cells. Also, they have this nice kind of kidney bean or U-shaped nucleus here. This is the final example of a monocyte. Okay. The next examples are number 4. These are the most common of the white blood cells that you will see within the blood. These are called neutrophils, and they have a very variable nucleus, lots of different lobes. One nucleus, many lobes. So this is a neutrophil, this is a neutrophil, this is a neutrophil, and these are neutrophils here. These are all classified as granulocytes, and we can see within them that there are lots of little dots. These are the granules. Right, number 5, these are the eosinophils. Right? Eosin is a type of stain that is that stains these granules a reddish color. Okay, so again, fairly variable nucleus, but here we can see the red or orangey stained granules, okay, as opposed to the fairly light colored cytoplasm of the neutrophils. So neutrophils, eosinophil. This is also an eosinophil. And this here, again, number 5, an eosinophil, a type of granulocyte leukocyte. And the final type of leukocyte that we can see here is called a basophil. All right, and the basophils have blue staining granules. Right here we can see 3 lobes of the nucleus. Again, basophil, named for the basic stain that stains these granules blue. Okay. All right. Finally, we have number 7. All right, number 7, we see all these tiny little cell fragments. These are the platelets, or also called the thrombocytes. Thrombocytes, again, are just fragments of cells. They're chock full of different chemicals that are involved in the blood clotting pathway. And these are ultimately derived within the red bone marrow from cells called megakaryocytes. And megakaryocytes are not seen within this image, but you might get a question about that on a practical. Okay, so again, this is the blood model. We can see erythrocytes, thrombocytes, leukocytes.